The Blue Jackets had a wildly successful NHL draft. Our guest today is Gavin Brindley. He was a big reason why Jackets fans are so excited. We'll let himself tell you what has Jackets fans so excited today on Locked On Blue Jackets.
You're Locked On Blue Jackets, your daily podcast on the Columbus Blue Jackets, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Blue Jackets, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Hayden Heilshorn. With me in a minute is my co-host, Jay Foster. We're here to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of your favorite team and ours, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Before we get going, we want to thank you for making this your first listen every day. Locked On Blue Jackets is free and available on all podcast platforms, YouTube, and the SiriusXM app. Again, very special guest today. It's the 2023 second-round draft pick, Gavin Brindley. This interview with Gavin Brindley is brought to you by Birddogs. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnNHL or enter the promo code LockedOnNHL for a free white tech hat with any order. You won't want to take your Birddogs off. We promise you. This hat is very, very cool, by the way. Now I'm going to give it to old Jay and I, sitting down with your 2023 second-round draft pick, Gavin Brindley.
So we're here with Blue Jackets draft pick Gavin Brindley, currently playing at the University of Michigan. So let's start off, Gavin. Just can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You as a hockey player, like you as a person. What should people know about you?
Yeah, I grew up Fort Myers, Florida. So my dad was playing down here in the East Coast League for the Everblades, and retired down here and had me. So lived here my whole life, and obviously hockey wasn't really the biggest thing down in Florida, so it was important to kind of help build the game. And I think that's one of the reasons I play hockey is to try to help kids in Florida and help show them there's a path to make it anyway. So I can play center wing, 200-foot player. I like to play with a little chip on my shoulder and play pretty hard for a smaller guy. I love to score and obviously put up points, but you got to do everything you can to contribute to the team. So as long as you're winning, then life's good, and you never want to be on the other side of that. So I'm going back to Michigan, and I love everything about Michigan and the guys and everyone. I'm excited to get back there and see everyone. So it should be a fun year next year.
Yeah, that's really exciting, and yeah, the team's looking good again per usual. So hopefully another deep run for you guys. But just asking you a little bit about the draft process, just mostly about growing up. A lot of kids have the dream of being drafted in the NHL. When did you cross that line to, oh shoot, like I probably am going to get drafted? Like when did it become fully realized for you that you were going to be drafted in the NHL?
Yeah, I think probably when Christmas time rolled around my freshman year. So after the World Juniors and after all that stuff kind of came to an end, I realized that there's a good chance of me be drafted pretty high here. So obviously you think about it a little bit, but you don't want to think too much about it because it's pretty tough mentally going through the season and think about all that outside stuff at the same time. So you just want to think about your day-to-day life and how you can be better every day and be better the next day. And you're playing at Michigan at the time, so it's a pretty cool place to play, and you just got to embrace every moment that you get.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk a little bit about kind of the draft experience. Obviously, we've seen all of the articles and the stories about how cool it is that you and Adam Fantilli get drafted by the same team and hopefully get to play together for a very long time. But what was kind of the draft day experience like for you?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, pretty nerve-wracking, to be honest. Like you don't really know where you're gonna go or where you're gonna end up. But I had so many family and friends there, probably like 120 people. So there's a lot of people, and everyone was really excited. And going to the building, it's obviously a moment you'll never forget. And you hear your name called. It's it's a whole dream come true, but it's not the end of the road, and there's still a lot of work to be put in still. And Nashville did an unbelievable job. That was a great city to have it, and I know a lot of my family members had a good time. So they were very happy that they got to go and experience that, and I'm so happy that they were there to support me. So, yeah, I mean, me and Adam getting drafted in the same team, we kind of talked about it through the year. We were like, what are the chances, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it ended up this way. I think things happen for a reason, and I mean, I'm so happy for him. He's going to do great this year, and hopefully one day we'll be able to play together.
Yeah. Did you know that Columbus wanted to draft you, or was it a surprise?
I had no idea, to be honest. Like, I had no idea where I was going or when I was going, and kind of right before Columbus picked, Adam was kind of sitting like right across the ring from me, and I was sitting there like with his fingers crossed like this, and I was like, oh boy, he probably has a little bit of pull here. So
he's backstage, like, yeah, get that guy.
This could be it here, and yeah, we heard my name called, and we're so happy. Gave him a big hug, and yeah, no, it's pretty cool how it worked out.
It's great, man. And obviously first thing Blue Jackets fans did was, roll some Adam Fantilli highlights, and you can't help but notice you on the ice as well in a lot of those plays. I mean, you look like a very energetic player. It looks like you cash in on a lot of your opportunities when you get chances to score. But I'd like to hear you describe yourself as a player a little bit. What kind of a player is the Blue Jackets organization getting?
Yeah, I like you said, I play with a lot of energy. I think that's probably the biggest positives of my game is my speed and my skating, and I always like to keep things pretty loose and always pretty energetic in the locker room. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously, I love to score goals, like I said, and it's tough to put up points at the levels that you play at. So you got to find other things to be good at, and I've been very fortunate to play in very positive positions, and yeah, I play everywhere, every situation, pretty much wherever you need me, I'm there. And but yeah, like you said, like I play with a lot of energy, and I like to play with a little chip on my shoulder. And yeah, I can play center or wing too. So being able to have the ability and the flexibility to play anywhere up and down the lineup is, I think, another one of the strengths of my game.
Is there a player that you kind of model your game after? I know Columbus has been really lucky with some kind of smaller players in the past, but is there any of those guys like, Johnny Gaudreau, Cam Atkinson, guys like that? Is there anyone that you kind of model your game after?
Yeah, I like Braden Points a lot. I think his skating and his skill set and how he moves on the ice is pretty incredible. So that's probably one of the guys I try to model my game after the most. And Jonathan Marchessault too. I think he comes up in big moments at big times. So I like to have that one under the belt. Be like, score a pretty big goal at pretty big times and help the guys out. So yeah, probably those two players the most.
You guys had a special season last year, getting to the Frozen Four, and gosh, in your freshman year, I can only imagine how exciting that was. But you still got some more work to do up there in Michigan. What are you working on personally this summer to kind of sharpen your skills and grow your game?
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy summer, honestly, just with the draft and development camp and World Junior Camp and all this stuff going on. So just trying to spend as much time as I can at home training. Off ice is a big thing for me. Obviously, you want to be as strong as you can going into the season, but at a weight that you like and you're able to move at. So off ice stuff, just lifting, just your normal lifts and mobility. Been getting into big mobility lately, and on the ice, just kind of touching up everything. To be honest, my shot I've been working on a ton. One timer a ton. I played there on the power play towards the end of the year. So you never know where you're going to play. So I think you got to kind of round out everything, and skating is something that I always work on too. I think that's the strengths of my game, and to keep touching on and working on that stuff has been huge. And you got to love to score goals. So it's been a lot of goal scoring this summer, and just finding pockets and finding different angles to manipulate yourself and the defender. So it's been it's been a great summer. It's coming to an end here. So kind of just get your last couple skates in and see all the guys at school. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Let's talk about school for a bit. Did you always know that you wanted to go NCAA, or were you thinking about major junior, or what was your kind of thought process?
I think you want to leave every door open when you're coming up through that age and that level. My dad played at Miami University, so he played college hockey, and I mean, college I think was always something that I wanted to do. It's just be able to have the education part available to you at all times, and you never know what's going to happen, right? You could get hurt, and if you play in major juniors, I think it's definitely a little bit more risky. But I think if you're a high-end player and you do well in major junior, it's might be an easier transition. I don't really know. I've never done it, but yeah, I mean, I love college hockey. I love everything about it. I love Michigan. I love the guys there, coaching staff, trainers, everyone that puts all the time and effort into our team are unbelievable people, and they want the best for us. So Michigan has been, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And it's a pretty special place, like I said. So I'm happy that there's some Michigan guys in Columbus too. I'm sure they gel pretty well together. So.
Yeah, definitely. We're banking on that at least as fans. We're going to get back to our discussion with Gavin Brindley in just a second. But first, I want to tell you guys about Birddogs. Birddogs make you look good. The Birddogs stretch khaki shorts are designed to fit slimmer through the thigh and legs, giving you that truly sculpted look. That's right, guys and girls. If you've been working on your thighs this summer, well, that's great because Birddogs are going to make them look good. Birddogs shorts do the exact same thing as other competitors like Lululemon, but they just fit way better. They fit way better than any regular shorts as well. Those regular, stiff, restricting cotton shorts, you're not getting that with Birddogs. Birddogs fix that bad cotton issue by inventing a cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki, but stretches so you get a way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice movement. Birddogs also uses an anti-stink sweat wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. So go to birddogs.com/LockedOnNHL or enter the promo code LockedOnNHL for a free white tech hat with your order. That, hey, maybe, you get shorts and stuff, you can give the hat away. It's that way you and your significant other are both happy when that package comes. So again, go to birddogs.com/LockedOnNHL or enter the promo code LockedOnNHL for that free white tech hat. You won't want to take your Birddogs off, we promise you. But just talking more about Michigan, I mean, it's just been draft pick after draft pick up there. It's kind of been it's rolling. You guys just have a one-way road right to Columbus once you go there, it seems like. But what is it about the Michigan hockey program that just keeps turning out draft pick after draft pick?
Yeah, I mean, I think our day-to-day life is really, really, it's not intense, but it's at a point where it's intense enough and you still get your rest during the day that you get the best out of yourself every day. I think when we work out in the mornings and we have our lifts in the mornings as well, and then you kind of have that couple hours kind of rest before practice. And if guys want to go out early and train, they can do that or stay after practice. So the ice is there all day whenever you want to go out and skate. And I think obviously the most important part of college is developing as a player and as a person. So having all these resources available to you whenever you want at any time of the day, I think that's huge for a lot of guys, especially myself. So, I mean, Michigan, like I said, it's a very, really special place. It's awesome, and I wouldn't want it any other way. But it's I think just the day-to-day life and how they take care of us and how they treat us is on another level.
What's your favorite arena to play in apart from obviously your home rink at Michigan?
Oh man, I like playing at Michigan State. That's always fun. Those rivalry games are fun. I would say Ohio State, but I mean they get a good crowd when we play there. But I think it's pretty big, so it's not too much of an atmosphere. But Penn State's pretty electric too. That place always packs when we play them, and they got a pretty crazy student section. So that place is pretty cool too.
What was your favorite memory of the season? I mean, you guys had, constant battles with teams like Ohio State. You guys even played an outdoor game against Ohio State, but you also had the tournament run. What was your favorite memory throughout your freshman year so far?
Oh man, the outdoor game was really cool. You don't get to do that too many times, but even though we lost, that was a really cool experience, and just everything leading up to that and the hype and all that stuff. It was great. But I'd say regional final in Allentown when Mackey scored that goal. That was pretty cool. We were kind of 1-1 going into OT there, and we were just looking around the locker room like we can't lose this for the seniors. Like they're so they're like this could be it, and we're sitting there and we're like, we can't let this happen. So thank God Mackey scored 2 minutes in or whatever it was, and yeah, that bus ride home was we were all jacked up and the flights, and that was awesome. So everyone was really excited about that one. I think that was probably my favorite.
Yeah, bus rides are always better after a win. I feel like it's getting on the bus after a big loss.
The plane rides get pretty quiet too after a loss, so it's nice. Yeah. Definitely nice when you win on a Saturday.
Obviously, you guys got pretty close to a national championship this season. So do you have anything like next season that you want to accomplish, like put like either you as a player or as a team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the goal is to win a national championship. I think that's the standard in Michigan. Every year that you go in there is you want to win, and they haven't won in a while. So I think we got to try everything we can to kind of turn the tables a little bit, and we get closer and closer every year. So it seems like one of these years it's bound to happen, and I hope that I'm there while we could still do it. But I mean, as a player too, I think just rounding out my game and being as consistent as possible. I think that's the goal for myself, and I know that a lot of guys, if we get that chance to go to the final or the Frozen Four again, then I know that we're going to make the most of it. So,
what's that feeling? Just going back to you and Adam getting drafted to the same team, knowing that if everything goes, the way that you hope that it goes, you guys will be playing in Columbus together. Like, what was your relationship with Adam beforehand versus now after getting drafted? And I guess what is it like thinking about the future that you guys could be having together in Columbus and just all the other Michigan guys? Yeah,
it's pretty crazy, to be honest. I mean, obviously growing up, we played against each other since we were probably 10, 11 years old. He was playing for the Toronto Junior Canadians, and I was playing here in Florida, so we had some battles back in the day. But I never really knew him as a person until this year in Michigan, and live in the dorms together. I mean, watch hockey together every night pretty much, and we were always hanging out together. We were two youngest kids on the team, and we hung out a ton, and we're best buddies, and it's pretty crazy how it all works out. I guess I mean, it's crazy to think about that you might be playing the NHL with your best friend, and I hope he lights it up this year, so that way gives me a chance to get a chance. But he's such a great kid, great family, just a great all around person, and Columbus is going to love him. And I can't wait to see what's in next store for us.
Yeah, we're real excited about all of the kids that were drafted, but we're real excited about Adam. Are you close with anyone else on the team? Obviously, we've got a lot of Michigan guys in Columbus. It feels like every year we just get more and more Michigan guys. Do you know any of the other ones?
I've never really met KJ, but he texted me after the draft, and hung out with Blankenberg a little bit when he was there the summer before I went in. So I was there for a little bit, and I mean, those two are probably the only two. I can't remember. I skated once in the summer with the Hughes brothers and a couple other guys. I can't remember if Wensky was out there. I don't think he was, but I haven't met him. And but I mean, it seems like all those guys they love it there, and every person that I talk to says Columbus is it's growing crazy, and they love their hockey. So it's really cool, and I'm very fortunate to be drafted by there.
You got to spend some time right after the draft in Columbus for the development camp. What did you enjoy most about that experience, either on or off the ice?
Yeah, I think just learning. Obviously, you have guys like Rick Nash and those guys that have played in the NHL for a long time, and Dorse, and all these guys that are there to help you as a player and as a person too. So them kind of showing us the ropes on and off the ice, and I mean, it's a huge learning experience. I think you go there to obviously showcase yourself, but at the same time, you got to keep both ears out and learn as much as you can. So learning from those guys it's pretty cool. You're very fortunate to have those kind of guys to watch and learn from and listen to. So like all the other guys there too, the AHL guys and all the other prospects, it seems like there's a ton of good prospects and talented kids that Columbus has. So it was a lot of fun playing with those guys and getting to know them and see where they're going to end up in a little bit here.
I want to kind of go back to you as a player for a minute. Obviously, you're a smaller guy on the ice. Like, has that motivated you to get better and improve, or is it something that you don't really think about a lot when you're on the ice?
On the ice, no, I don't think about it at all. I think like guys that are 6'4" can play like they're 5'8" too, right? So I think you it's not necessarily play as big as you can, but you definitely want to have a kind of swagger to you and a kind of little chip on your shoulder that you can take those guys on one-on-one. So being able to, I mean, like I said, I think now the game's changed a little bit where it's a lot of speed, skill, and deception. So I think being able to have those things in your toolbox and be able to manipulate guys is huge, especially now for today's day and game. So I know I don't necessarily think about it. I think obviously when you're on the ice with a guy that's 6'6", you're maybe like you're lining up against him, you're like, well, there's a big boy here. But
lowest center of gravity though. That's what I, because I'm small as well, and I played forward for a bit, and I always remember, lowest center of gravity.
That's right. It's all on your legs and your butt. So I mean, as long as you're explosive and quick and you get around the ice. So I think in today's day and age, it's obviously tough to make it still as a smaller forward, but I think the smaller guys have a better chance now for sure.
We know for you professional athletes, it can sometimes just be hockey. What do you do to kind of get away from the rink, kind of take your mind off the sport? Like what are some of the hobbies or just anything else you like to do just to get away from the game?
Yeah, I love to golf. I've golfed probably since I started playing hockey. So I golf quite a bit when I'm home, and love to golf in Michigan. We got a beautiful course there, the U of M course. So us and the guys, we go out quite a bit. And when the weather's good, it's not too good very often, but you got to take advantage when you can. But I mean, I like to be on the lake and in the ocean. I don't see my family very much, so we're always doing something on the water or wakeboarding, surfing, and whatever it may be. So love to be outside, love to fish, golf, pretty much cornhole here, and pretty much anything. Honestly, I'm down for everything. So I like to be outside and like to do things that are pretty active.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of everything that we have. Is there anything that we kind of haven't talked about like you or your game or anything that you think that people should know? Or
I don't know, to be honest. I think we pretty much touched on everything. You guys are
I have one question. I just a little bit about your father. I mean, he played professionally. What was it like being raised by him, and what is your relationship with like him and your parents today? You just said you don't get a whole lot of time to see him, but what does that relationship look like?
Yeah, I mean, they travel a ton to come watch me play and stuff like that. So very fortunate they get to do that. But I mean, I'm extremely close to my family. Got 3 younger siblings. I'm the oldest of 4. So their girls are dancing and gymnastics and cheer and all that stuff. And my brother plays hockey too. So they're all pretty active, playing a bunch of sports. And my dad's from Thunder Bay, Ontario. So big hockey hotbed. I think a lot of guys that come from Thunder Bay end up being pretty successful in the hockey world. It's a pretty crazy small town, but they love their hockey. And he played in the USHL a little bit, played for Miami, and then played 10 years pro after that. So I think just kind of growing up, and as soon as I was born, hockey was kind of in my blood, and didn't really want to do anything else. So I think he definitely carved a pretty big path for me, and I'm excited to keep working with him. And he's been my coach since I was pretty much starting playing too. So leaving him at 15 and not having him as a coach anymore was a little different. But it's been great. He trains me all summer pretty much, and we have a great relationship.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah. We want to say a huge thanks for coming to hang out and talk. It's going to be tough for Blue Jackets fans to hear this, but all the best at Michigan this season.
Yes.
I know there's a little bit of
yeah. I think at camp I saw some more Michigan jerseys than Ohio State jerseys, so they might have to pick it up over there. So I don't know. We'll see. I have to worry about that bridge when we come to it. We're playing in Ohio, so.
Yeah, I know there's a very funny quote from Zach Werenski a couple of weeks ago where he was like, "What if we make Hail to the Victors the Blue Jackets win song?" And there was a lot of people that got real mad about it.
That's good purgatory. Yeah.
That's when as a cup, you can play whatever you want.
Obviously, us Mission guys, we'd love to hear that, but I'm sure the fans would really like it. And they're probably a little bit more important than us. So, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens, but some big football games this year. Can't wait.
Yes. So. Oh yeah. Thanks a lot, Gavin. Good luck to you, man.
We appreciate it. Good luck with next season, and hopefully we'll see you in a Blue Jackets jersey not too far away.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And that's all we have for you guys today. Tomorrow, we are having on more guests, this time guests from Locked On Flyers, as we continue our Metro Division preview. Thank you so much for listening to today's interview with Gavin Brindley. Thank you for making this your first listen every day. Locked On Blue Jackets is free and available wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, and the SiriusXM app. My name is Hayden Heilshorn. You can find me on Twitter at HaydenH971. You can find my co-host on Twitter, Jay Foster, at _JAKOBFORSTER. You can find the show on Twitter at LO_Blue Jackets. You can also email the show, lockedonbluejackets@gmail.com. Thank you once again for listening. And until tomorrow, make sure you stay locked on.